Hi, my name is Nicole, and for my research project, I examined the possible link between personality traits and certain organized groups. Personality comes together in various forms to shape the behavior of an individual, and these characteristics, both inherited and acquired, distinguish one person from another, form peer groups, and determine interests. It's impossible to overlook the significant role that personality plays in society, yet it's very hard to study consistently to give it a universal significance. But that doesn't stop psychologists continuously seeking for ways to categorize people into personality types. And this can actually lead to individuals being stereotyped by a certain group that they may associate with. Um, the specific example that I'll be looking at during my study, I looked at those that join the military, and they can become associated with certain traits such as either disciplined and dedicated or possibly aggressive and unpredictable, varying on the person that is grouping these people. Um, More on the military, it was created and centered around a sense of national unity and a service to the country as one of our most trusted institutions. This kind of significance comes with expectations for behavior and personality that are exhibited in public. For the study, like I said, I'll be addressing the possibility of link between military involvement and the personality traits, specifically anger and sympathy. Other research has looked at either personality in the broader sense and by using the Big Five personality test, which examines traits on a scale for five different big personalities, which would be neuroticism, extroversion, openness, conscientiousness, and agreeableness. Or other research have also looked at traits directly that affect performance of a soldier, such as nationalism, cultural competency, and decision making. Yet there is a gap in the research where individual personality traits may be more or less present in those that have served in the military. So I am analyzing if military involvement is associated with getting angry easily, or as well as the level of sympathy that an individual in the military feels for others. I expected to see that military involvement would lead to a higher tolerance to getting angry, resulting in a lower level of getting angry easily. And it also hypothesized that an individual with military service will display higher levels of sympathy for others. Um, After running my tests, results for the T test displayed a significant association between military involvement and higher levels of sympathy for others. In fact, the multivariate linear regression test exhibited that an individual that has served in the military um, feels an increase of 0.11 when controlling for other variables in the model. And sadly, yet after running the chi-squared test, we could not prove an association between military involvement and if an individual gets angry easier than the general population. In fact, when running the multivariate linear regression, became that white was the strongest predictor of whether an individual gets angry easily. Um, the results display a significant association between the military involvement and a higher level of sympathy for others. So that's our main takeaway, and this is crucial to note because a lot of time in today's society, they are labeled as, or can be labeled as, ruthless and aggressive individuals that love to kill and enjoy war. But this finding shows that those that have served in the military, in fact, feel more for others than the general population, leading us to disregard that harsh stereotype. This can put mental strain on the individual as well. From those that are active duty and that have been in the war, have seen more lives lost than most people in San Luis Obispo combined. And this is essential to mention when considering the level of sympathy that these soldiers feel and the damage that can be caused. With higher levels of sympathy, soldiers are able to feel for a lost soldier's friends and families when they consider what could happen if it was them. This could tie into the reason behind why there's such a high demand for psychologists and psychiatrists willing to work with deployed soldiers or as well as veterans that can suffer anxiety attacks, PTSD, and other trauma-related disorders. So it's really important to take that all into consideration when thinking about treatment for after the fact of being involved in the military.